Okay, all nice and comfy, settled in. Time for a story. I wrote this January 7th, it says. Kind of a long time ago. Or maybe. Okay. It says, once upon a time there was a girl named Owl, and she had black hair and brown-orange eyes, and her favorite food was French toast with raspberry sauce, and she liked to draw on fingertips, and read with a flashlight under her blankets in the middle of the floor. Once upon in the same time there was a boy named Devin Henderson, with dark green eyes and messy hair with all sorts of browns, and he liked to chew on the ends of pens and pencils, which he used to write lyrics and lines with dots that he made music notes for, the songs he would think up late in the night or when he waited for the microwave to reheat his pizza. Olive ran her fingertips through her hair and exhaled hard into the cold air, because it made her feel like a dragon when her breath blew out in strong puffs that she could see. She pretended she was a big blue dragon with scary-looking spikes down her spine. Exhaling again with a barely audible rawr sound, she attracted the attention of the boy sitting on the other side of the bench waiting for the bus. Raising his head out of the spiral notebook, red with black stripes penned over, 7H gazed over at Owl. Although at this point in life he did not know her name, and the corners of his lips tipped upwards. This girl was blowing puffs of air and making rawr sounds, and it was strange, unusual, a sight not often which he laid his eyes upon generally. It was cute. She was cute. In her imagination, she was a big blue dragon flying over glaciers and frozen lakes, strong and invincible. Her breath lit up in the clouds. Nobody could capture her. Her soul was as free, completely unbound. And then she got that undeniable creeping feeling what you get when somebody's eyes have been looking at you for more than the appropriate 0.3 seconds. Brown-orange meant dark green, along the span of space separating the two young human beings on the bench, and it began to snow. Devin's mind went utterly scarce for words. As he stared, Owl was too scared to move. She had been caught in the act of playing imagination in public. No matter how many times she got stared at, judged, she never obtained that "I don't give a care what you think" free-spirited attitude. She felt meat and exposed, like a small rabbit whose heart raced faster and faster until it gave out and died right there where she stood. No mourning or funeral in her name. In real life, Owl was not a dragon. Well, that would be lies because my face is not as great as yours. Oh, you. You got. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit. Okay, yeah, but in real life, Owl was not a dragon. Okay, hey, Owl was still in stunned little rabbit mode. She was unable to properly respond. This is why she did not maintain relationships or friendships. Devin was now mentally smacking himself. Girls never spoke to him, and why on this frosted-over winter afternoon did he ever begin to place hope that a girl would randomly start speaking with him now, out of sheer impulse? He had unruly hair, and a scar on the corner of his lip, and a permanent blemish on the side of his nose, and his eyes were a little too close together, and this is why girls did not speak to him. And if they did not get past his facial imperfections, on the rare occasion they realized he was probably too scrawny to lift them up in the air and throw a football across the field, while he would rather write in his book and tap his foot while his guitar was in his lap, headphones drowning out the rest of the world. They never wanted to visit him on his planet. Devin felt he should get used to that fact by now. Stubborn and stupid, though, he always went out on a very thin limb for a new girl, and always wondered later why he even tried. Did it hurt? If he let it. If he thought about it. So he tried not to. Timidly, drawing as much courage as he could muster, he exhaled a visible puff of breath and smiled again. "It's like breathing fire," he admitted with a laugh. "That's what you reminded me of. Sorry." Shrugged and turned his back to hide in his book. He sat up straight when a voice came at his call. "I am a dragon." This was the part where Devon was at a loss for words. Owl carried on, perhaps Devon's courage wearing on to her. "I have spikes, and a sharp forked tongue." Slowly, Owl demonstrated, sticking the tip of her tongue out. "See?" Bursting into a small fit of honest laughter, Devon nodded. He felt quite tickled. "Yeah, you're a dragon." At the same time, they exhaled their breath. "Are you a dragon as well?" "Actually." Quickly, Devon devised an equally interesting creature to take character of that differed from a dragon as to not romp over this girl's claimed creature. "I am coughing." Wow, I can't believe I wrote this. Hey, you had them first. Oh man, I did. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, he's coughing. Owl covered her mouth with a mitten-clad hand, laughing with sincerity, nothing false at all in the sound that rang into the silent snow-covered afternoon. The two people sharing the exact same moment in time in the world smiled at each other, no mittens covering their lips, and not a self-discouraging thought in mind. Brown orange eyes simply locked on dark green, and smiling. "I am Owl. I'm Devon Henderson." He made no poke at her name, and that took her aback, as she was waiting for the questions or the jokes that were commonplace when she introduced herself as the sun met the break of dawn. "Salutations, Devon." The young man felt such a stir in his breast he was awestruck, to be simply stated. His lack of reply led Owl to feel a bit of nervousness. Maybe, she began to believe, this is the part when he decides he doesn't want to talk to me. But that was far from the case. The bus would pull up to their stop, and they would board together and sit in the same aisle, Owl in the seats behind Devon, where he would turn around and talk to her, and eventually, before the ride concluded, hand her his notebook of lyrics and musical notes, prompting Owl to sing a line of song. Devon will completely forget his intended destination and decide that wherever Owl goes, he wants to go too. So he accompanies Owl to the farmer's market and holds her shopping basket, and they talk about colors and the sky and pirates and foxes, and which ending to paranormal activity which was more terrible than the rest. And after they will go and get apple juice and Faygo from a corner store and buy brownies from a little girl trying to raise money to buy goldfish for her new baby sister. It is such a predicament with Devon carrying the fresh produce that he will follow Owl home, and Owl will invite Devon to come back home with her. Inside her humble abode, they trip over each other and shove and play and laugh, eventually getting past the landing of the front door into the kitchen with the warm brownies in the toaster oven and putting the groceries away. Okay, well, let me scroll down. They spend the rest of the evening dining on their treat, sipping each other's drinks, laying on the couch, the floor, on each other, and later, when it's past midnight, on her bed. She will admit that she is scared. He'll ask why. She'll shake her head and go silent. The silence won't be awkward, though. It might be at first, but it won't be for long. It'll turn into a comfortable silence. And from there, he'll cup her face, and she'll put her fingers on the sides of his neck, and he'll admit that it feels like he has known her for a very long time, even though this is his first day meeting her. She'll blush and confess that she feels the same. Maybe we have old souls. You mean like we used to be other people who were together in the past, and now we are different people, and yeah. Owl will feel shy and exposed and ridiculous for saying what she said. A grin will flower on Devon's face, and Helena whisper, "I'm so glad that we found each other again, Owl." Her heart will pound fiercely and desperately. Her soul will become enveloped in raw emotion and unbound passion. When they kiss, hours later from the moment they met on the bench, they will become inseparable, and their love is the stuff of storybook, fairy tales, what lovesick men croon about into microphones on dim-lighted stages. They only know love for each other in their voices, their gazes, their arguments, their shared meals and showers and nap times, their songs and pictures and jokes, and disputes and sadnesses, and smiles and aches and touches, and nows and thens. For now, Owl wishes that Devon won't judge her harshly, and Devon cannot believe that they are about to board the same bus. She and he are meant to be, and that's what Owl is feeling in her gut, even though she cannot explain why, and that is why she frets he will judge her, and decide he doesn't want to try to be friends, because she has this wrenching feeling that something more important than anything before is happening right now in her life. Devon is enthralled, captivated by all definition of the word, and will be that way forever and ever and ever. The end. Yay. I don't know what to say. I hope you liked it.